And next up, we will have Pastor Joyce. So we welcome you to come on up. We're going to be talking about all the great programs that they have here at Center Congregational Church.
So how y'all doing, folks? Good. Good. Thank you for being here. So Michelle and I talked about this focus is more on mental health and how to deal with stresses. And for some people it's church. Some people it's their faith of whatever kind. And at our church, how we try to support folks in their mental health is through prayer. I'm going to take you into the sanctuary, show you a little bit. But we have every season, like this is Lent right now, we try to introduce something that people can bring home with them as well as practice when they come on Sunday. And this Lenten season, we're focusing on prayer, like people having a place of prayer in their homes if they don't already. Because we all know how busy we can get, right? You go look up one thing on your phone and say, oh, I heard from so-and-so. And we spend a lot of time on our devices. So even us old folks do that. So we're trying to get people to put that down for a little bit so that they can be with themselves and be with God. The other thing we do here is we offer a lot of space to nonprofit agencies. Do you know what NAMI is? That's the National Alliance for the Mentally Ill. And they do a lot of support groups and education for the community to try to normalize mental health issues so people understand it's a physical condition, not just somebody's crazy. It's about an imbalance in their brains. So just like diabetes or something, mental health is also a physical condition. And so they come, have work groups here, support groups. They have classes they offer to people. For parents or loved ones, they'll do a 12-week class here. And we also host the Girl Scouts, the Boy Scouts. We have a Boy Scout troop that's been with us since their very beginning for over 100 years. So we try to support our community. We have another church that meets in a big room downstairs we call Woodruff Hall. So we try to support folks indirectly by having nonprofit groups meet here. We also offer events at times. And we also do mission fundraising. Like right now, you know, the government just closed down, so the TSA agents at Bradley aren't getting paid. So they don't have money to buy food for their families, they don't have money to buy diapers and formula. So the church is doing a fundraiser where we're collecting gift cards to stores and gas stations so that we can help them get through this period. And then when I show you the sanctuary, you're also going to see Knitting for Peace, and you can read more about it when we're out there. But it's ways to help beyond our community, beyond this place, but the world as well. And every Christmas and every Easter, we take a special offering for a special mission. This year, because of the wars going on in the world, we are asking people to donate so we can give money to the USO that provides support to troops, active duty, and also the Connecticut National Guard Foundation, which also supports troops. So we try really hard to help out in ways we can, even though we can't be everywhere and do everything. We try to work together with our community, like Michelle. And so we are very privileged and fortunate to be in this location. This is a big old building. A new member once told me, a younger new member said, she was walking around, she said, this place is like Hogwarts with disappearing staircases. Because it's so big, it takes you a while to get the lay of the land, if you will. The other thing we do is we rent out space to the town of Manchester's Board of Education, the Manchester Transition Center, for kids between 18 and 26 who aren't going to go to college or have some skills, life skills they need to learn and develop. they come here and they rent out the whole second floor of our building so that they can teach the kids how to take the bus, they go to their jobs at different grocery stores, and come back here and they do activities together. So we're not as hands-on in some ways, but that's one way that we really try to support our community. We're an older church of people, not just the building, the people too. And so we don't have the energy and stamina like we used to, but it's still important to us to be involved because folks care. The other thing that's very important to get through this crazy time, especially when you're stressed out, I'm a firm believer in humor. You gotta laugh. And sometimes it's not easy. So I want to show you some of the props I use here, okay? So first of all, almost always in my office, if I'm in there, I have a candle lit. If I'm at home, during my prayer time, I have a candle lit. That's, for me, I like that, because when I light it, I say, this is to remind me of God's light and presence in my life and the world, because it's easy to forget for me sometimes. The other thing is music, whatever your jam is. You know, it's, sometimes I like a little hip hop, sometimes I like a little blues, sometimes I just like quiet instrumental. It depends on my mood. But that's a way to lift our spirits as well. And this is very serious. This is my holy cow. Here, I'll put it over here. And when life gets really hard and you just don't know what to do, you just gotta laugh. See if he works. That's all. Here it goes. He's one of my favorites. I've had him for years. And then, since I've been at this church, the other thing we do at Easter, you know, we have a children's sermon, and we talk about, you know, getting the Easter bunny and everything, but I said to the kids, bunnies don't lay eggs, so it has to be an Easter chicken. And so since I've been here, about 16 years now, this little guy has made an appearance at every Easter. He used to have elastic in his arms, but they dried up. So you could fling him, and he hit the wall and make that great sound. The kids honestly don't care about this as much, but the adults always say to me, is the Easter chicken coming this year? So he has to always make an appearance. So life is too hard, too serious, and not fun. So in our church, we try to open our doors and make everyone welcome, wherever, we always say wherever you are on life's journey, whether you believe or don't believe, whether you're not sure, whether you're just checking it out. It's a place of welcome, and that's what we try really hard to do, is to welcome anyone and everyone. And you know, we're not perfect, I'm not perfect. Pastors, rabbis, imams, we're all just human beings, and we mess up. So it's important to own our mistakes, to apologize, and to show up for one another. So my biggest goal in this church is to build community, to have us be connected, so that when we're struggling, we can be here for each other. Across the hall this morning at 9 a.m., there's a prayer group that meets, very informal. If I'm not there, it's really a coffee clutch, because they like to chat and catch up. And that's not bad. And then we have a Center Women's group where they do different activities. They'll go see a movie, they did cookie decorating, and we have a sporadic men's group. But what they do every year when we have our church fair is they gather to make apple pies to sell at a church fair. So it's fun to watch them and hear all the chatter. So, like I said, we're here to support each other. I try to be honest with my congregation. I talk to you about mental health, and it's important to get the help you need. I've, for years now, have been on an antidepressant, and anti-anxiety, but that helps me get through this crazy world. Doesn't make me crazy. If I wasn't getting the support I needed with the medication and therapy, then I would not be okay. And then the other part is, and I know you all know this, is family, friends. Just go out and have a good time. Laugh, cry, but be real with yourselves and be who you are. That's what I love about this life, is how each one of us is so unique. We're similar in ways, but nobody is you. And I always say, God doesn't make junk. So whether you believe or not, I think there's a life force around us, and you have that life force and wisdom within you. So that's what you need to rely on. You've got your teachers and folks at school, you got folks to reach out to. And I hope that you actually get to do some of those things. And be good to yourselves. It's hard being a kid. It's crazy stuff in this world. I know you're not kids, sorry. Young adults. But, you know, you go through a lot of stress with the gun violence and having lockdowns and all this insanity in the world. So you have more stress than most people realize. And I think you really need to pay attention to yourselves and be good to yourselves and do what you need to take care of yourself and one another. We forget as we get older what it's like, and how it is growing up for you is way different than how it was for me or even Michelle. So, you know, we need each other. I know this is America, bootstraps, and you'll make it if you work hard enough, but that's not always the case. Sometimes people have more barriers than others. So I'll quit talking because it's blah, blah, blah. Are there any questions before we take a little tour? Okay. So I'm not going to take you all over the building. There's some pretty scary spots. But we collect food for the local food pantries. And then we also do book clubs here. We support the Department of Children and Family Services through Covenant to Care. So we do Sneak in the Spring, where we get gift cards so folks can buy new shoes for their kids, because little ones grow quickly. And we have our little kids come up for a chat, and often they're all over the place, which is great, because everybody should be welcomed everywhere. And we have these bears throughout the church, and that's part of our attempt to care for each other. So come on down. For me, like it's what I said to you, it's about community, it's about connection, it's about being together, even when we don't like each other. We don't have to like each other, but we are called to get along and be in one community. That's my opinion. And I welcome, as I say, everyone to their own opinion.